You know, when you're going through a harder period of your life and you feel like you have to walk around every day with everyone judging you, and that judgment is usually based off of how you're judging yourself. If you're not happy with your appearance, you feel like everyone is judging you on how you look. And if you're not happy with your current level of like life success, then you feel like everyone is judging you for not being more successful. It's usually the case that not as many people are judging you as harshly as you think, that you're probably judging yourself much more harshly than anyone else is judging you. But this is life and humans are humans, and there's probably somebody, at least somebody, judging you at least once every day, just because that's how it is, unfortunately. But this experience that you're having of learning to live your life in the face of that type of like persistent judgment, being able to get up and go out into the world and try to have the best day that you can have, and try to push that judgment aside and try to move past it and try to have it not impact you, that is more important than you can really see, especially when you're in it. Because that skill that you're cultivating, the ability to have your best possible day despite the judgments that you're feeling coming from around you, and ultimately learning to just hear those judgmental frequencies like the buzzing of an annoying fly, right? Maybe eventually not even to hear them at all, but for most of us, most of the time, I think we sense those judgmental frequencies. It's like an annoying fly. Maybe sometimes it's like a mosquito. Maybe it sometimes bites you, but you know, it's just a mosquito bite. It's not a big deal. That's where we want to get with that, right? You're aware that the judgment is still happening, but it doesn't really bother you. It's a minor nuisance that you just quickly move past. That is so important, because soon when things are feeling even better for you and you're no longer really in that part of your life where you're really struggling and really feeling like every day you're just surrounded by all of these challenges, when you start feeling better about yourself and when you start feeling more satisfied with where you're at in life and everything is getting better, and maybe eventually one day when things get really good for you, when you are more successful than you could have possibly imagined, when you have resolved a lot of those issues that had been plaguing you for so long, and when life feels completely transformed and you're starting to feel, oh my God, is it possible? Like, could I be living the dream? Maybe the dream doesn't look like how you imagined, right? But you're starting to see, maybe this is what the dream actually looks like. And you're starting to feel so good, right? You're starting to feel like life is so good. When that part of your life, like when you arrive in that part of your life, funny thing starts to happen. Nobody has stopped judging you. People are still judging you. And now they're judging you. The people who used to judge you for being unattractive, now they're judging you for being too attractive. The people who used to judge you for being unsuccessful and lazy, now they're judging you for being too successful, for being an overachiever, for having what they don't have, right? People will start to envy you, and when they envy you, they judge you. So you start to find out that it doesn't matter whether you feel like shit or whether you feel amazing. That ambient level of judgment, it's kind of always there. And if you hadn't gone through that very difficult period of your life where you learned that you had to just have your best day in the face of the judgment of others, right? If you hadn't gone through that period, now when you're in so much of a better period of your life, when life is starting to feel like you're maybe starting to live the dream, imagine if you hadn't cultivated that skill of living your best life despite the judgment of others. Then you would find yourself living the dream, except the dream would be ruined by the way other people are still judging you. And you would have thought, I thought that one day when I finally lived my best life, I thought people would stop judging me. And then you find out, they never stopped judging me. There's no way to get away from this. And that could really be a big, that could be a big fat downer when you think that you've finally gotten yourself to where you want to be. So Instead, if you have already gone through that phase when life was hard and you already learned to be unfazed by the judgment of others, that makes the part of your life when you're living the dream, it makes that part so much better, because now you can live the dream and the people around you can still be judging you, and now they're also envious of you as well. But guess what? It still doesn't matter if they're judging you, because you've already learned not to listen to the buzzing of those flies. And you've learned that even if the mosquito bites you, it's just a little bite, it's kind of itchy, it'll go away very, very soon, it's not a problem. And none of it really impacts you, because you have already learned this very, very, very critical life lesson. So sometimes it's really important for us to learn those lessons when life is hard, so that we don't have to learn them when life gets really, really good.